Taurus, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to the Unseen Hands Collective. This is going to be your March shift reading. We're looking at the shape you're shifting out of this month, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like. So Taurus, the image that's coming to me for you this month in March is a live wire, like specifically a wire that's been frayed or cut and the ends are exposed. And I saw it sort of like snaking around and sparking, or like electricity coming out of it. It's a live wire. And I mean, this is just screaming Uranus in Taurus, which is a placement we are collectively experiencing right now in your sign. Uranus being the planet of electricity, the planet of wiring, be it communication wiring, be it the wiring that connects us, that generates and conducts electricity, that is our own neurological wiring. Okay, so all of these themes are coming through your reading for March. Here's what your shapeshift looks like from Brian Froud's fairy deck. We're shifting from honesty into this card, Ilby the Retriever. And Taurus, this is really beautiful because we're thinking about wiring, and there's so much here about communication. You know, the throat is indicated here with the receiver, and then even the throat is lit up here in honesty, you know, and honesty is all about open, transparent communication. It's about vulnerability, and this card looks incredibly vulnerable. You can see that it almost looks like this being is about to burst into tears. If you look into their eyes, there's so much happening behind the eyes. There's so much that feels very much trapped in the body that is brimming to come out. And with this honesty card, I get a lot of fear around honesty. I get a lot of fear around what might come out should this person release it or be open to receive it. I mean, you know, communication, even wiring, it can be a two-way street. There is a giving and a receiving, a sending of the signal and a receiving of the signal. That's how that loop, that circuit is whole, is made. That's how the connection is made, is when you're both able to give transparently and receive. So it's like giving your own truth and honesty, receiving other people's honesty. So I think it's a real shift into openness, honesty, and specifically receptivity. I mean, you can even see in Ilby the Retriever, you know, we've got the listening ears very prominent in honesty, and then we've got these antennae that are almost like receptors, ready to receive some sort of truth or some sort of change. Because Uranus is a planet of change. It is a planet of shakeups and shaking up certain wiring, certain patterning in order to bring about change into our experience. And these cards that are indicating what your shape shift looks and feels like are really talking to me about change. We have the undressing of the salad, Lawathis the Wild, and the fairy godmother. And what's interesting about this wild fairy, this is the live wire for me. This is that energy, that Uranian energy coming in for you this month in March, and shaking things up, maybe introducing something new, introducing some sort of new truth or some sort of awakening, disruption within you that is necessary to, you can almost see the story like this. Lawathis, out of nowhere, because that's how Uranus often operates, spontaneously, with surprises. So it's almost like out of nowhere, this wild energy, this live wire energy slams itself down on the table. Boom, slams down on the table. And with that, everything sort of goes flying. Everything pops up into the air. I mean, that's the energy of this undressing of a salad, is so many of of the elements at play or the elements within you suddenly tossed up into the air. And it almost looks like this person has to like hurry up and instinctually move their body in order to hold on to all the pieces as they separate or as they disperse. So there's a bit of an undoing in this card, and that's what this feels like. Whatever this is, and it's very connected to this honesty card in the coloring, and even in like the electricity that is present in the card. Again, the live wire. Whatever this is, this could be somebody else's truth coming in and shaking things up. This could be your own truth that's like ready to emerge out of you and shake up your life as is, or something about your life. But whatever it is, it's like it's creating a bit of an undoing, pulling things apart in order to put them back together again. You can see the transition here between these two energies. The undressing of the salad is pulling everything apart, and then this fairy godmother here is bringing it all back together. So what I love about this energy for you, Taurus, is that like, yes, there may be this unexpected or this live wire type energy that's coming in and fraying the ends. It's coming in and pulling things apart, but it's so that something can be put back together. And the godmother energy, this is a loving, caring, nurturing heart energy. This is a guide that's here to help you, that wants to hold you and care for you gently through this process. So I think that's really comforting to feel that even as things maybe have to come apart a little bit, or the way things are organized inside of you has to disperse, separate, so that you can kind of see it all out of the arrangement that you've become comfortable with, so that then you can reorganize or choose more specifically the things you want to bring back together that feel more like you, or that feel more aligned with what's true for you, for other people in your life. Because again, whatever this undoing and redoing is, whatever this is that the live wire seems to be a catalyst for, it's helping you connect more authentically and receptively, with receptivity, with a willingness and openness to receive. And that kind of receptive energy has a willingness to be wrong, a willingness to shift perspectives, a willingness to be a little more malleable. And that's, I think, Taurus, really what Uranus in your sign is offering you over this extended period of time. This is a planet that moves very slowly. So this is a process that has likely been going on for some time and will continue at least throughout the year for you. But it is slowly softening any rigidity in order to open you to change, to maybe receiving new information that is going to require some sort of reorganization or rearranging and shifting and changing of your experience. So Taurus, we are going to take this into an extended reading now. I'm going to use other decks, pull some clarity, and see if we can get a little more specific out of this reading for you for March. If you'd like to join me for that, click the link in the description below, and that will take you over to unseenhandscollective.com. You can find the extended reading in the shop or in the monthly memberships. Now, y'all should know this is only 1/3 of your March shift experience. This is just the tarot portion. Kevin has recorded an astrology scope for you, and Kelsey has created a guidebook to help you through this March shift energy. So make sure you go over to unseenhandscollective.com and get the full shift experience from not only my perspective, but also from the perspective of the whole collective. All right, Taurus, thanks for being here. Happy March. We'll talk soon. How opening yourself up to receive this kind of shakeup And this kind of change and this kind of movement for you is bringing you the security you ultimately desire but are afraid to lose in opening up to this change. It is a little bit of a catch-22. Like, if you open yourself up to this live wire and whatever it may bring you, you are actually much more likely to find true security, rather than holding on to the security you have just because you're afraid of imagining the worst outside of that. Like, let me just hold on to what I have, because thinking outside of that, there could be way more scary possibilities. It's like, no, actually, there could be possibilities that are more right for you. There could be other doors opening that are going to bring you even more security and an even more bountiful harvest.
The second house, Gemini in your house, in a Taurus house, means that there's a stuck way of thinking, okay? For you in this particular moment, it can mean many, 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 many things. It has many different, ways of expressing. But for you in this moment, Taurus, it's expressing as the pattern, like your thought patterns that keep you in a particular way of being. And that is what, the Pisces energy and Mars's energy, while the planets are all in Pisces and Mars is in Gemini, it's actually getting you to, it's kind of spinning you out of an old way of thinking.